Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the hidden stories behind corporate filings, even if it means getting lost among spreadsheets and leadership shakeups. Today we are diving into First BUSEY Corporation and their latest report that has some exciting comings and goings in their executive suite, and a nice little payday for a key player. Stick around as we decode what this all means for BUS. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you are subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below for more in-depth discussions. So the big news here is a new Chief Financial Officer or CFO joining the team. This is a really important role because the CFO basically manages all the company's money. They oversee financial planning, track cash flow, and manage financial risks. It is a pretty big deal when a company brings in a new CFO. The new CFO is named Christopher Amchan. He is 40 years old and comes from First National Bank, where he was the Executive Vice President and Chief Strategy Officer. He sounds like he knows his stuff. At First National Bank, he was involved in advancing their digital and data strategy, which includes things like artificial intelligence and managing huge amounts of data. Before that, he was in corporate strategy for several years. Interestingly, he also has a background in finance, working as a portfolio manager and an investment analyst at some pretty big names like Balyasny Asset Management and Citadel Global Equities. He even started his career at Morgan Stanley, so he has a strong financial background that is sure to be valuable for First BUSEY Corporation. Now, this appointment isn't happening right away. Mr. Chan officially steps into his new role on the 30th of September of this year. Before that, Scott Phillips has been doing a great job as the interim Chief Financial Officer. He will continue to do so until Mr. Chan takes over, and then Mr. Phillips will go back to being the Chief Accounting Officer, which is also a crucial finance role. The company is thanking Mr. Phillips for his excellent work during this transition. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of Mr. Chan's new contract, let us quickly look at what First BUSEY Corporation actually does, and what is registered with the CC. They have common stock with a par value of 0.001, traded under the symbol BUS on the Nasdaq. They also have depository shares representing preferred stock with a fixed rate of 8.25% and the symbol BUSEP also on the Nasdaq. Basically, they are a publicly traded financial institution. Now let's talk about Mr. Chan's employment agreement. This is where we see the financial details about his new role. The agreement has an initial 1-year term and it automatically renews each year unless someone decides not to. His starting salary is $600,000 a year. That is a solid number, but it gets more interesting. He is getting a signing bonus of $500,000. This is a lump sum payment just for joining the company. On top of that, there is a relocation bonus of $400,000. Apparently, he is moving to support the company. That is a substantial amount to help with the move. He'll also be eligible for performance-based bonuses, which means if the company does well, he gets more money. This is standard practice to incentivize executives to hit company targets. Then we have the stock options. In 2025, he will receive restricted stock units, or SUS worth $500,000. These typically vest over time, meaning he has to stay with the company for a few years to fully own them. And in 2026, he get another grant worth $600,000. These will likely be a mix of RDCs and performance-based restricted stock units. He also be part of the company. S-Key life insurance program with a death benefit of $1,500,000. That is good to know for his beneficiaries. Now for a bit of a catch, if Mr. Chan leaves the company without a good reason, or if the company fires him for cause, meaning for bad behavior or breaking rules, he might have to pay back some of that signing and relocation bonus. If he leaves within the first year, he has to pay back all of it. If he leaves between year 1 and year 2, he has to pay back half. This is to make sure he stays with the company for a decent amount of time. The agreement also outlines severance pay if he is terminated without cause. This means if the company decides to let him go for reasons unrelated to his performance or conduct, he will get his current salary plus his last bonus. And if the company lets him go without cause, or if he leaves for good reasons soon before or after a change in control of the company, meaning if the company is bought or merged, he could get a payout equal to 2 times that severance amount. That's a pretty significant parachute to soften the landing. Now, there is another interesting financial detail in this report. Amy L. Randolph, the Chief Operating Officer or COO, is relocating for her job. This is also a big deal because the COO is responsible for the day-to-day operations of the company. To help with this move, the company is giving Miss Randolph a relocation bonus of $540,000. This is a one-time payment to cover her moving expenses and settling in. Similar to Mr. Chan's agreement, if Ms. Randolph leaves the company for cause or voluntarily without good reason within a year of receiving the bonus, she has to repay half of it. This ensures she is committed to her new location and role. We always encourage you to check out the actual filings for the full details. This specific employment agreement is filed as Exhibit 10.1. And as is standard practice with SEC filings, they include the cover page interactive data file, which is basically structured data to make it easier for computers to read and analyze the filing. This is Exhibit 104. Finally, the report is signed by Van Ad Ukerman, the chairman and CEO, on the 26th of September 2025. This shows that the company leadership has reviewed and approved the contents of this filing. So, what is our take on this filing? First BUSEY Corporation is making a significant investment in new leadership with Mr. Chan's appointment. The substantial signing and relocation bonuses reflect the company's desire to attract top talent and signal their commitment to strategic growth. The staggered repayment clauses on these bonuses are standard practice to ensure executive retention. The generous severance packages signal a commitment to supporting their executives through potential transitions, especially in the event of a corporate change. The relocation bonus for the COO Miss Randolph indicates a strategic move to centralize operations or strengthen their presence in Kansas, highlighting a focus on operational efficiency or market expansion in that region. While no direct financial tables are detailed in this particular filing, the executive compensation and benefits packages give us insight into how the company values its key personnel and potentially its future growth strategy. It seems BUSE is investing heavily in its executive team to drive future success. We will be keeping a close eye on future financial reports to see how these new leadership dynamics translate into actual performance and financial results for First BUSEY Corporation. Alright, that is our breakdown of First BUSEY Corporation's latest filing. What is your take on these executive changes and compensation packages? Do you think it signals a strong future for BUSE, or are there risks associated with such large payouts? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.